The world watched with bated breath as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu delivered an emotional tribute to the young soldiers who lost their lives in the recent Hezbollah attack. His voice, heavy with grief and resolute with determination, reflected the sentiment of a nation grappling with the sudden eruption of violence. The Prime Minister's words, however, were not just a lament for the fallen, but a stark warning to those who sought to destroy Israel. Netanyahu vowed a swift and decisive response, promising that those responsible for the attack would pay a heavy price. He reminded the world that Israel would not hesitate to defend its citizens, its sovereignty, and its very existence. The weight of history hung heavy in the air as Netanyahu spoke, echoing the countless times Israel has found itself at the heart of conflict. Yet, even as he vowed retribution, a flicker of something else crossed the Prime Minister's face. Perhaps it was the realization of the heavy cost of conflict, the knowledge that more young lives would be lost on all sides. Or maybe it was the faintest glimmer of hope, a yearning for a future where dialogue replaces destruction, where peace, however elusive, is still worth striving for. The recent escalation of violence along the Israel-Lebanon border did not emerge from a vacuum. It is but the latest chapter in a decades-long conflict, a tangled web of historical grievances, political maneuvering, and ideological clashes. To understand the current crisis, one must delve into the complex dynamics that have long plagued the region. Hezbollah, a powerful Shiite militant group backed by Iran, has long been a thorn in Israel's side. Deemed a terrorist organization by many Western nations, Hezbollah maintains a significant military presence in southern Lebanon, directly bordering Israel. The group's stated aim is the destruction of Israel, a goal it pursues with unwavering commitment. The recent attack, which claimed the lives of several Israeli soldiers, appears to be a calculated escalation by Hezbollah, a deliberate attempt to inflame tensions and draw Israel into a wider conflict. The timing of the attack, coinciding with internal political turmoil in Israel and a shifting geopolitical landscape, suggests a strategic maneuver on Hezbollah's part. The attack itself was swift and brutal, bearing the hallmarks of Hezbollah's military prowess. A barrage of rockets rained down on Israeli positions along the border, catching many off guard. The element of surprise, coupled with the intensity of the attack, left Israeli forces reeling. Hezbollah's objective seems clear: to inflict maximum casualties and sow fear within Israeli society. By striking at the heart of Israel's military, Hezbollah seeks to undermine the nation's sense of security and provoke a disproportionate response. Such a response, Hezbollah calculates, would play into its hands, galvanizing support within Lebanon and the wider Arab world. Israel, however, has so far shown remarkable restraint. While vowing to retaliate, the Israeli government has been measured in its response, focusing on targeted strikes against Hezbollah military infrastructure. This measured approach suggests an awareness of the high stakes involved and a desire to avoid a full-blown war. The international community has reacted with a mixture of condemnation and concern. The United Nations Security Council held an emergency meeting, calling for all parties to exercise restraint and prevent further escalation. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres issued a statement expressing his deep concern over the violence and urging dialogue. President Joe Biden, while reaffirming the United States' unwavering support for Israel's right to defend itself, also emphasized the need for de-escalation. He urged all sides to refrain from actions that could further inflame tensions and lead to a wider conflict. The European Union, long a proponent of a two-state solution, condemned the violence and called for an immediate ceasefire. The EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs, Josep Borrell, stressed the need for a political solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, recognizing that the ongoing violence only serves to undermine the prospects for peace.